So I'm doing my essay was about wondering if Hillary Clinton and her campaign rigged the primary against Bernie Sanders. It starts with an article released by Donna Brazile, who was the the head of the DNC at the time of the primary and the general election, and she discusses that she had her concerns because during that time when she came in and replaced Florida Representative of Debbie Wasserman Schultz, there were leaked emails by WikiLeaks saying that the DNC was tilted for Hillary Clinton, um, and also that 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 Hillary Clinton may be controlling the DNC. Um, so what Donna Brazile did was she followed the money, and she noticed that our that the DNC was bankrupt, and there were millions of dollars in debt. In that case, she wanted to know how we were getting our money because she noticed that there were a lot of people on payroll from the past administration, the Obama administration. Many consultants were still on payroll for the DNC, and that's why we didn't have enough money. Usually, the DNC, after the election is won, they take out the consultants and lawyer out of the payroll in order to save money. But the Obama administration didn't do that, so now they're in debt, and he didn't do much fundraising for the DNC, and they were losing so much money. So she noticed that Hillary Clinton was giving the DNC money. Hillary Clinton put them on a starvation diet because they were in the brink of collapse. And and what Debbie did, she wasn't in good control, and she obviously didn't handle the situation well. So she was told at first that the Democratic Party was in $2 million in debt, which is really bad, and they were outspending. But after they noticed that there were more debt, that it wasn't just $2 million, that Hillary campaign had taken the books of their spending, and they noticed that Obama left the party $24 million in debt. So they were in a crisis, and there were $15 in bank debt and more than $8 million owed to vendors after the 2012 campaign. So many people who volunteered that were getting paid to do these things weren't paid automatically because they didn't have enough money. Yes. Obviously, Donna Brazile was shocked. She didn't know what to say, and she was wondering why most of her decisions were going to a certain place, to a certain area. Everything was going to a specific place. Every decision she wanted to make, every press release, she noticed that it had to be approved by someone else, and she came to find out that all of that was from the Hillary camp. All the improvements, or all of the budgets and things that she wanted to move forward with as a head of the DNC, she couldn't do it before she had the approval of the Hillary campaign. So pretty much what Hillary did is she put them in a starvation debt, and she just gave them money, pretty much. They needed a loan. The DNC needed a loan, and pretty much what Hillary did is gave them money, but in return she would control the DNC. And there's written documents saying that she would practically have control of everything before she announced her presidency, which caused huge conflict because it is tradition that the party stays neutral, and it's tradition for the party not to take sides, as I just said, and she broke that rule. The DNC broke that rule. There's no official law for that, but with this scandal, there should obviously be a renewal and check if there are any laws that needs to be reviewed or put in, because obviously what she did was bad.
Today I'm going to be talking about the banning of bump stocks and whether they should take place or not. The reason why I'm going to be talking about this is because on October 1st, 2017, there was a mass shooting in Las Vegas where the shooter used a bump stock on his weapons. And basically, what they do is they turn semi-automatic weapons into an automatic. It just does that by keeping the trigger in place, so you don't have to tap it every single time. Um, so there is usually about three sides to this topic. One side is people that want to ban it. The other side is people that want to keep it, and then the last side is just people that are unsure. Um, More people that aren't really into guns and don't know too much would fall into that middle. Um, so the first argument that is being made by people that want to keep it banned is they say the death toll could have been lower. Um, and the reason why they say that death toll could have been lowered is because they said that the bump stock allowed the shooter to be able to fire more rounds, and with that being done, he was able to shoot more rounds into a clustered environment at the concert with people so like gathered up, and that just gave him that was allowing more bullets to be able to go in. As for the other side, the people that are who still want bump stocks, they said that it actually could have lowered the death toll, because when you have a bump stock, it decreases your accuracy, and the reason why is because when you use a bump stock, it's harder to shoot because your grip changes from your normal grip to more of a rear grip, and so that is what made it less accurate. And also, when the shooting was taking place, as people began to realize what was going on, and they began to scatter and take shelter, whether it was behind a tent or wherever they went. The shooter, he had to be more precise with his shots. He wasn't able no more to fire into just a crowd and know that it would hit people because they were all together. So he actually had to aim and focus on one area, and with him having to do that and having less accuracy, it decreased his chances of being able to actually land a bullet on someone. And a lot of people think as well that are still want the bump stocks to be accessible, as they say that this shouldn't happen just because of one incident, when there's a lot of incidents that always happen with other objects being in place, but they never get banned. Well, people that are in support of banning it say that although that is kind of true that other things happen, they don't ban it. This could actually be worse, because this could actually be used in probably the next potential mass shooting. So the next potential mass shooter might go get a bump stock because now he knows what it's capable of, how it works, and what it exactly does. And so again, the next mass shooter might be thinking, hey, if I use this, I can go above. And this is pretty a scary thought, because mass shootings in general are never good. And so the thought of someone now wanting to get a bump stock to cause more death upon people is something that I'm against for. And this is because before the mass shooting, few people really even knew what it was. Unless you were a true gun person, you really didn't know what a bump stock was. And now after the mass shooting, many people now know what it is because it's all over the news. An example is in my English class. We all really didn't know what it was until we had to do a quick little research, and we just found out what it was. And so now that everyone knows what it is and what it does, they'll probably try and go access one before they probably even get banned, which is even bad, because those few people that might end up getting one could use it for the wrong turn or for the wrong purpose. and and people that are still in support of it. And I will come back with another argument saying that instead of the banning, um, regulations should change rather than ban. And that's just for people that support it. But in my opinion, I think until they can figure it out, it should only be accessible for military use. And those are basically all my main points in my essay. Um, and I'll recap them again with, the reason why I chose this was because it's a hot topic, considering that this happened October 1st. In my first paragraph, actually in my opening paragraph, I just talk about, you know, why I'm choosing this, and basically just my thesis. And, first paragraph, I just talk about how once not how the side that supports the banning says how, um, because of it, it made the death toll higher. Then I go to the next paragraph, to explain how the people that do support it, that do support like still having ban stocks, saying it actually lowered it. Then I go on to go and say how, um, let's see, how that they should still ban it, just because it could give like an idea to the next shooter. And then I go after that for the side that supports bump stocks, um, to tell them that like how their side says that before the one incident it shouldn't happen. And then I have the last side where it says that let's see. Then I have just two more points after that, and then basically that's what I do. I break it down into like 4 or 5 main points, and I go on. And overall, in my say, I just discuss about one side, just talking about banning bump stocks, and the other side in support of bump stocks. Not so much for the use of what happened, but just to be able to have it accessible. And that's overall what I talk in my what I talk about in my essay. And that's pretty much it. Just two sides, and then my side, which is just my side is that I feel it should only be accessible for the military use, just because just having a gun already is kind of a lot. So why are you gonna want an accessory that can make it more dangerous? And that's why I just feel it should be only for people that actually need it, and that's for the military. And that's pretty much it.
So today I will be talking about the multi-draft writing project 2. So basically for this topic, what we had to do was pick an argumentative topic and just write about it from side A and side B. So for my topic, I picked, the title was, "Is Technology Killing Creativity?" So technology is the branch of knowledge that deals with the creation and the use of technical means and their interrelation with life, society, and the environment, drawing upon such subjects as industrial arts, engineering, applied science, and pure science. So basically in my thesis, I just wrote the importance about technology and how has it been advancing more and more throughout the years, and how we humans use it in the daily life. So for the first topic, I picked how humans claim that technology is not good for us in any sort of way. So so technology basically started in the early 1900s. So we've been using it ever since. And so I have a quote right here from a professor from Stanford University, and he said, "Nothing less, 69% out of the 100 doctors in the audience say that increased reliance on technology and electronic health records only serve to separate them from their patients. When I was reading articles, I saw an important topic, and it basically was saying how technology gives us permanent brain damage. But there was obviously a side A to that and a side B. So the side A is that people were stating that, well, studies were saying that brain damage is something that is a birth defect, that it doesn't happen with technology. And other people say, well, other studies say that brain damage is caused by technology, but most of the reasons it could be a birth defect. But if you're born without it and you're on technology, it's obviously gonna cause brain damage. So that is one of the bad things about technology, is that people look out for your health, and so. So in today's society, people think that technology should not be an issue, because they say that we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for technology. Like, I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for technology. So, so basically technology has been advancing more and more throughout the days, the years, the months, the seconds. So, so for my opinion with this topic, I believe that technology is not killing creativity, that us humans kill creativity in industrial arts, engineering, applied science, and pure science. So basically in my thesis, I just wrote the importance about technology and how has it been advancing more and more throughout the years, and how we humans use it in the daily life. So for the first topic, I picked how humans claim that technology is not good for us in any sort of way. So so technology basically started in the early 1900s. So we've been using it ever since, and so I have a quote right here from a professor from Stanford University, and he said, "Nothing less, 69% out of the 100 doctors in the audience say that increased reliance on technology and electronic health records only serve to separate them from their patients." So when I was reading articles, I saw an important topic, and it basically was saying how technology gives us permanent brain damage. But there was obviously a side A to that and a side B. So the side A is that people were stating that, well, studies were saying that brain damage is something that is a birth defect, that it doesn't happen with technology. And other people say, well, other studies say that brain damage is caused by technology, but most of the reasons it could be a birth defect. But if you're born without it and you're on technology, it's obviously gonna cause brain damage. So that is one of the bad things about technology, is that people look out for your health, and so. So in today's society, people think that technology should not be an issue, because they say that we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for technology. Like, I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for technology. So, so basically technology has been advancing more and more throughout the days, the years, the months, the seconds. So, so for my opinion with this topic, I believe that technology is not killing creativity, that us humans kill creativity within each other. I agree with that we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for technology, because everything is just based on the computers, everything is just based up online. So I don't think technology is such a big issue. You just have to know how to control it, how to work with it, how to make technology useful and not just a sort of thing that can cause you, for example, brain damage, or it can cause you vision problems. So you just have to look at it from its pros and its cons, and